Hey there, how to get your act together. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with Supersize Your Business. And today I want to talk about the idiom whose origin is a little bit uncertain, get your act together. Now this is an idiom or an expression that became popular in the second half of the 1900s, and so I've been exposed to it my entire life. I was of course born in the second half of the 1900s, and that means it was right up my alley. We heard this a lot growing up. Might have heard this from my teachers, might have heard this from my parents, probably heard it from a couple of bosses over the years, and I definitely have said it to myself thousands and thousands of times. Get your act together, you got this, you know what to do, da 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 da, all the things that we say to ourselves. Well, they think it might have originated in the theater when an actor or the movie industry, when a performer was struggling and having a hard time, because some people are traumatic and dramatic. Imagine that, dramatic people in the theater. And they would be struggling with their performance, and the directors and people involved in the movie would say, get your act together, meaning get your performance in order, get yourself in line. Start to organize yourself so that you can do the things that you want to do in an effective, I like to say efficient and effective way. But how do you do that? How do you go about doing that? So I was researching this and looking into it, because it's kind of my thing these days, is to look into what things mean and then ask myself, well, what does that mean to me? And get your act together. I found a little article about 12 different ways to seriously get your act together. Now I was talking about mostly your entire life, your whole act together. Speaking in broader terms than just with respect to our businesses. We can apply these to our businesses and to our business situations as well. To me, bottom line with respect to getting our act together for our business is realize that we live in a crazy, chaotic, ever-changing world, and it's up to us to create our own plans, structure, systems, processes, procedures, vision, value, goals, mission, principles, purpose, motto, all the things that we can use to, and all the tools we can use to create a structure around what it is that we want to provide to the world, how we want to show up in the world, how we want our business to be, what we want our business to be. There are not really any rules. There are rules and there are laws and guidelines and things that we need to follow. But outside of that, and really even with all those rules and guidelines and the way it's always been done, we can still create things the way we want them to be, as long as we are making the world a better place and not harming other people. So what are some of these 12 ways to seriously get our act together? And of course there's more. The possibilities are unlimited, but when people provide a list, it's a great place to start. Instead of having to reinvent the wheel and figure everything out yourself, model what has successfully worked for other people. So what are some ways that other people have gotten their act together? Number one, invest your time, your love, your energy into people that will really reciprocate. Don't spend your time and energy chasing after people that aren't going the same direction as you. It's fruitless and pointless, frustrating, and all those other things that we can use to describe, adjectives we can use to describe how it feels when we are investing our time, our love, our money, our energy, our resources into people, even places and things that don't appreciate it, that aren't for us. Number two, get something furry and care for it. Take care of it. You could get a Furby or a furry fake pet or a stuffed animal. Obviously, pets, I've had a lot of pets throughout my life, and it does teach us to care about something outside of ourselves and to be responsible for something living outside of ourselves. Nowadays, I choose to be responsible for stuffed animals, well, grandchildren too, but for the most part, you can get something outside of yourself and take care of it. That's why volunteering is so powerful. If you're lost and you don't know what to do and you don't know what direction you want to go in your life, one of the quickest, easiest ways to get your act together is to volunteer. Volunteer to work with people that need help. Volunteer to pick up trash. Volunteer to do anything that makes the world a better place. Number three, this one was said in the list that it was a sponsored one. It said the best dating advice and relationship advice on the web, and I don't even know why it said that. Probably there is no such thing as the best dating advice and relationship advice on the web. You can learn about being a better communicator. You can learn all kinds of skills to be a better human, but the truth is, if you're a good human being, you'll find another good human being. Number 4, stop embarrassing yourself chasing after guys. Now, I suppose this goes guys, gals, whatever, whoever. Don't chase after relationships. Again, it goes back to the first one. Invest your time, energy, love, and resources into people who will actually really reciprocate, who are for you. People that we chase after aren't the people that are for us. Number 5, throw some money into savings. Saving money always helps us focus on that we're going to have a future. It assumes and presupposes we're putting money into savings because we're going to use it someday. Number 6, do stuff you actually are passionate about. One of the fastest, easiest ways to get your act together is to do something that you love. Do something you care about. If you're spending your time and energy and everything you're doing is just to survive and things to get by and things you don't really care about, you're just doing it because you got it, you feel like you have to do it, those things lead us astray. They lead us down paths that aren't really for us, and they're just the opposite of our getting our act together. Number 7, stop pretending to be someone that you clearly are not. I guess this would fall under imposter syndrome, or act as if, or pretend you're this thing until you become this thing. You want to be a great real estate investor? Just pretend you're a great real estate investor. Now, actually go out and do some real estate deals so you get the experience to become an investor and actually do the thing that you say you're going to do or that you want to do or be. But bottom line to this one is just be yourself. Be 100% authentically yourself. Some people will love you. Lots of people will hate you. So what? It doesn't matter. Again, we're only going for the people that are going for us, moving in the same direction we are. We don't have to please everybody in the world. We just have to please ourselves and the people that we are here to have a positive impact on. Number 8, experience things. Go out, take action, do something. The way to stay stuck is to not ever move. If you sit on the couch and wait for the world to change around you, guess what? All that's going to happen is your couch is going to wear out. Number 9, be nice to your body for once. So take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Take care of your health. If we're sick, it's pretty hard to get our act together. If we're feeling unwell or unhealthy or lethargic or de-energized because we're not eating properly or drinking enough water or taking care of ourselves, literally taking care of our physical selves, we will burn out and run down, and we definitely won't have our act together. Number 10, be present. Be in the present moment. The only time we can act, the only time we can affect anything is in the present moment. Yet so often, if we think about how we spend our days, we're reliving the past, thinking about something that happened in the past, or we're fretting and worrying about the future. Well, the past's gone. Nothing we can do about that. The future isn't guaranteed for any one of us. Any of us. As much as we'd like it to be guaranteed, it isn't. I know. Shocker. You mean I might not be here in 20 years? Well, probably not. So be present. Do what you can do right now, because that's the only time we can act and do anything. Number 11, actually use all of your paid vacation days. Now, I am super duper guilty of this. In corporate America, I almost never took a vacation, almost never used my vacation days. And so one of the ways to get your act together is to actually refresh, recharge, take time off, make sure that you're doing things other than work. For some of us, work is play, but there's got to be other things in life than work. So actually take that paid vacation time off. And if you run your own business, set it up, of course, so that you have time off, so that you do have the freedom and the time and the money and the resources to do what you want to do when you want to do it, because that's why you have your own business in the first place. And number 12, follow through on stuff. One of the early lessons I learned in my corporate career, and just in life in general, we learn it as kids and as teenagers. If you say you're going to do something, say you're going to call your friend and then you don't call your friend, guess what? Your friend gets mad and they might not be your friend anymore. Well, it's the same is true in everything else in life. If we follow through, if we do what we say we're going to do, that's one of the major ways of getting our act together. Taking personal responsibility for ourselves and what we say and do and how we behave is an incredible way to get our act together. It's not even on the list, but it should be. It should be realize that you are 100% responsible for yourself, so the way you get your act together is taking that responsibility. With freedom comes responsibility, and we want both. Therefore, we have to, well, we want freedom for sure. Therefore, we have to realize that it's a double-edged sword. With all the freedom that we have to remember that it's our responsibility then to create and structure our life and our businesses the way we want them to. That is how we get our act together. I would say I do many of those. Some of them, a little iffy. Share in the comments below the way that you get your act together, or your favorite way to get your act together. Mine is to plan and organize and write things down and create my own structure around things. Like I said, I think we live in a chaotic world. COVID-19 has definitely proven that to each and every one of us. If we didn't believe it before, we might have an inkling right now that life can change on a dime, and that we need to know what we're about, where we're going, what our direction is, what it is that we want in life, so that we can make plans to create that and have that in our lives. All right, that's our idiom for today. Get your act together. So go out, get your act together. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business and maybe even in your life today? Have an amazing day. Talk to you tomorrow.